Hi, everybody. It's Mrs. Bennett. I'm here for Book Talk Tuesday on March 16th, and I have 5 more books to show you. The first one that I've chosen is The Castle Behind the Thorns, and it's written by Meryl Haskell. In this book, Sand wakes up in a castle. Doesn't know how he got there, and he's imprisoned in the castle by all these thorny brambles. All right, so he starts to kind of work by himself. He starts kind of fixing some of these things in the castle because the castle's absolutely, utterly destroyed. And then he winds up teaming up with the castle's lost heir, and the name is Perrot. And so Sand and Perrot pair up and they try to unearth why is this castle destroyed and, how can we get our freedom? So that's The Castle Behind Thorns, written by Meryl Haskell. Oh, this one sounds so good. So this is The Midnight Zoo, written by Sonia Harnett. And it starts in Romany during World War II. Andre and his brother Thomas have fled the countryside and they wind up in a zoo with all these different animals, and they work to protect the animals. So that's The Midnight Zoo. This one here is written by Brett Hartinger, and it's grand and humble. And on the back, the tagline of the book says, "Where two streets meet lies a terrible secret that will make you question everything you thought you knew about destiny." And Grand and Humble follows 2 boys, Harlan and Manny. Both have major changes happening in their lives. Harlan's popular, Manny's a geek. But Harlan starts to have panic attacks and he's losing control. And Manny is starting to have nightmares. And so in this book, it follows the 2 different characters, and of course, their roads kind of converge. That's Grand and Humble, written by Brett Hartinger. This one, The Song from Somewhere Else by A.F. Harrell. It's illustrated by Levi Pinfold. What I'm going to do is I'm going to open up to some of the illustrations. There are amazing, amazing pencil illustrations, just black and white illustrations in this book. And I love books that still have illustrations in them. And it follows 2 people, Nick and Frank. Nick saves the day and rescues Frank from a bully. And ultimately, they start to become friends. One day, while at Nick's house, Frank realizes that there's some music playing behind this door. So she goes to the door, and turns out there's these creatures behind the door. And so then she starts to befriend Nick more. And she realizes that Nick is probably in some trouble with these musician creatures living in their house, or excuse me, in his house. So what can she do? She's got a new friend and she's going to help him. So that's Frank and Nick, and they are in The Song from Elsewhere. It's written by A.F. Harrell and illustrated by Levi Pinfold. And then finally, The Lost Conspiracy by Frances Hardinge. And it's a fantasy book. It's set on a tropical island, and the tropical island is becoming colonized. And there are 2 girls, sisters, Araloo and Hathan. They're part of the native tribe. And Araloo is actually a lost, and a lost is a very important oracle in their tribe. And Harthan, is her attendant. As her younger sister, she's the attendant. And before they know it, they are wrapped up in a conspiracy. So those are the 5 books that I have for you today on Tuesday, March 16th. I've got The Midnight Zoo by Sonia Hartnett, The Castle Behind the Thorns by Meryl Haskell, The Lost Conspiracy by Frances Hardinge, The Song from Elsewhere by A.F. Harrell, and Grand and Humble by Brett Hartinger. I hope you all are reading lots. Let us know if you need any help finding any books. And as always, you can request books via the library's website. Have a great day.